Hey guys, welcome back to day, I think it's day 9. Apologies, yesterday's video wasn't really a live video as such. I used one of my videos from, it's actually probably my favorite video from 2024 from drifting. I spent another day at the hospital having to get MRIs of head and neck and all sorts of stuff. So yesterday was a bit of a fuck around. I didn't really get time to kind of stop. I was exhausted from the day a couple of days before. But I promised I had to get something up every day. So I found that clip, which is actually, it works so well because I haven't done drifting for a couple of days. I haven't actually done any drifting clips as part of this whole video, this whole series so far. So it was good to get a drifting clip up again. I know you guys love watching the drifting videos itself. They always get good reactions and interactions and stuff. So not that that's what this whole series is about, but yes, that was day 8. It was actually one of my favorite clips from last year. Just happened to be my driftversary, my 1-year driftversary. Was the last event for 2024, and it was the first event in a long time with my mate Jesse in his 31 wagon. So it was good to get out and drift with him. We kind of got a few good runs together. That was probably the best one of the night. Not super close tandems, but that's as close as beginners, learners. That's as close as we're getting to tandems at the moment. I am hoping that is something I'm going to be working on this year, 2025. So first event for me is going to be Pheasant Wood on the 7th, I believe it is, of February, which is only a couple of weeks away now, probably about 3 weeks. Yeah, that's one thing I'm really wanting to concentrate on is just the basic driving, just figure out, just kind of work on the basic skill set, any spots I'm missing or need to improve on, but then also working on the tandeming. That's something I really want to kind of get comfortable with, driving closely with other cars, kind of reading the car in front as well to sort of know when they're getting into trouble and when you need to back off a little bit, etc. So that's the tandeming, something I really, really want to work on this year. I'm really looking forward to. Also gets really cool content too. The videos look awesome. So really looking forward to doing that. I've got some mates that really want to kind of get out and get sideways with me as well. So I'm really looking forward to that this year. So today's video, to get back on topic, last bit of prep for the car before Pheasant Wood. I'm going to drop the car off on Monday, so in like today's Thursday, so like 3-4 days time. I'm going to drop the car off to get the roll cage on. So I'm not going to have it with me for probably a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, not long before I go to Pheasant Wood. So I want to get all the prep done, ready to go. Today's oil change, get that done. It's the last kind of real bit of prep. Just double check the rest of the fluids. But yeah, oil change has to be done. Haven't done one for a while. Desperately needs to be done. Oil filter and stuff all sitting around, ready to go. I'm also going to work on, I've got a board, a bit of MDF. It's actually in the car now. Bit of MDF that I'm going to be putting over where the rear seat upright padding was. So kind of behind the roll cage. That's going to be just covering the hole to the boot, a little bit of sound deadening, but then also have some cool plans for it later. I'm going to put my 6x9 speakers into it as well. So getting it mounted into the center top of that, sort of the hole where there's a cutout in the 31s between the boot and the back seat, so you can feed stuff through like most cars do. Going to put the 6x9s in there, but I also have other plans for this panel as well, which I will release in future videos. Just kind of getting it all sorted first, but I kind of want to get that done before I get the roll cage in, just to make it a little bit easier to fit it. Yeah, so that's what we're getting on to today. So gonna keep this nice and short, so I'm not talking too much to camera, and yeah, let's get stuck into it. Okay, so old oil is out. I didn't bother recording me doing, like, climbing out of the car and doing the oil, because there's not really anything to see other than my legs sticking out from under a car and swearing and cursing at a hot engine. Car's running really good. When I was heating up to do the oil change, let it get all out to temp, just so I could double check the thermostat as well. Top and bottom hose is nice and warm. I think it opened about 80 degrees. I think it's like an 82, 86 degree thermostat, so it's opened a little bit early. Not the end of the world, it's actually a good thing. Taking the oil out though, and no shinies. Oil other than nice and dark. Zero glitter, zero shinies. All looks really freaking cool. So really, really happy with that. Yeah, just lots of it. Obviously dark, but other than that, there's no reflections, no shinies, a little bit of dust sitting in the middle there. Yeah. So cannot be happier than that. Oil looks really good. This is the first oil change I've done since I did the turbo conversion, which I actually replaced the head at the same time on that. So obviously that's all gone really well. Nothing stuck in the engine. It's cleaned out really well. This had probably 3 track days since the turbo. I've lost count, 3, maybe 4, 3. one of which was pheasant wood, and we thrashed the absolute shit out of it for a day. So yeah, really, really happy with how it's going. Yeah, so now I've got to fish the sump plug out, unfortunately, because it's in there. Car was up to temp, and I haven't got much room because the car is now too loaded. I've kind of got to jack a side up to get the oil pan under. I wasn't going to try and finagle it and try and catch that with burning hot oil, so I have to fish the oil, the sump plug out. Then we'll drop it back down. I'll do the oil filter and top it back up. Put the sump plug back in, do the oil filter, top back up, and yeah, it's all good to go. Then it's onto the board at the back, which I've started marking out, and then we'll get stuck into that, cutting, drilling, painting, and have fun. Okay, so as you can see, I've got the 2 speaker holes cut out for the 6x9, so sit nicely in there. This is going to be the front side. I've got 3 bolts holding at the top. I've got 2 holding at the bottom. Line those up. I've test fitted all fits in the car perfectly. So what we're going to do now is give it a very light sand. Give it a light sand, give it a good wipe down, clean down. Make sure there's no dust or anything. I've got some acrylic oil-based primer. I'm going to use just some Dulux stuff. I'm going to use that to prime it, and then I have some, I don't even know what colour we ended up getting, some greyish colour. Timeless grey, same thing, that'll be the top coat that'll go over the top. So coat of this, light sand, wipe down, coat of this, let it dry, and then a light sand coat, a couple of coats of that to make it all nice and schmick. Okay. So I'm just using 120 grit sandpaper. And a sanding block. I would suggest, I'm only using a sanding block because it's not a very large area. I would suggest if you're doing a large area, like an orbital sander or some sort of power sander, it doesn't have anything massive. Basically just scuffing up the surface just to give the paint something to adhere to. MBS is very smooth. I'm not going to go putting any coarse lines or anything in it. It's literally just giving a bit of a texture to the surface just to give the paint something to adhere to. So trying to keep in straight lines or anything like that, kind of a bit of a zigzag and round in circles, and you kind of want a random pattern so it doesn't stand out. If you go in lines, that will stick out like dog's balls once in the final finish. So let's give it a crack. Riff and rage, stage on blaze, heads bang, tech sound pound, underground pure clang, fast flows. Okay, now that's done. What I'm going to do is get a very, very lightly damp cloth and just give it a very quick wipe over, let that dry, and then we'll start painting it. The reason you want to hit it with a damp cloth is just to pick up any little particles or anything that's left over. Even though I've given it a vacuum, there is still a little bit of residue on there. So just give it a quick, very, very light. You don't want it soaking wet cloth. MDF is very porous, which is why you need to use a proper primer for it. You want to hit it with a very light cloth just to get the surface dust off. I am painting the edges too, which is why I've sanded those. I'll give those a wipe down as well. Okay, so base coat's pretty much dry. It's ready for its second coat. I've given it a very light sand with 180 grit again. It's very, very light. Really would have liked to do in 240, but it's enough that it's kind of taken the edge off and smoothed it out a bit, which is fine. Hit it with the second coat now, so the second coat shouldn't soak in as much. Should be nice and solid on top. Give a really good solid base coat for then to put the top coat on. Probably won't get the top coat done tonight. I'll probably leave this until tomorrow afternoon, let it kind of bake in the garage overnight. And get it really nice and dry before I put the top coat on. But we'll see how we go. I don't think I'm going to have time to do it tonight, so it's probably where I wrap the video up after I've done this, but we'll see how we go. Okay, ladies and gents, so I'm going to finish the video up here. So primer coat has been done on the backing board. I always call it backing board, whatever. Primer coat's been done on that. All the changes been done today, so got a fair bit done today. Pretty productive considering how under the weather I've been the last couple of days. Still don't feel 100%, but feel a lot better to actually be able to get up and get moving. Hopefully this is back to some sort of normal routine. To go back to the doctor tomorrow to get results of the whole MRI scan and everything else. Or she should have the results by tomorrow. So hopefully, fingers crossed, get some kind of answers. Or might get more questions. Who knows? Fingers crossed for answers. But yeah, so we'll wrap it up here today. As always, don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe. Any interaction with the video at all, any sort of engagement does help out a lot with the algorithm and kind of boosting us up in front of people, increasing the engagement with the channel, which is awesome. Yeah, outside of that, yeah, hope you're all staying safe. Hope you're all staying healthy. I will see you all next time. And if I don't see you before that, yeah, I don't know. Take care, guys. Have an amazing time. And I'll see you all next time. Ciao.